Okay, in this video, let's go a little bit deeper into the differences of Harris versus Trump for CEO. So for you, the founder CEO, Harris versus Trump, how are they going to affect the economy? I did an earlier video about the emotional side of this, how you shouldn't let that get involved on the emotional side. But what are the specifics? Okay, so Trump is going to increase tariffs. So if you're importing anything from China, it's going to be tougher. Look, I agree with a lot of his views. In my last company, we imported a lot from China and it hurt us. That doesn't mean that I'm going to, change who I decide to vote for. I'm going to vote for, hopefully, less government. Basically, what I want personally is less government. And the problem is both of these candidates don't really subscribe to less government, but I do think Trump has somewhat less government, okay? Especially in certain areas. We don't need to go down that path, but I just want like a libertarian type candidate. But Trump will increase tariffs, okay? So if you're importing, that's going to become a little bit more difficult. But at the same time, Trump's going to try to lower tax rates. We'll see if he's able to. He wants to like eliminate taxes if he could, right? So, and Harris wants to raise taxes, which also honestly would be hard for her to do. So I don't think like if she gets elected, you should be worried about your taxes doubling, but they're going to have to go up in the future because nobody wants to have any austerity. Let's talk about that. Neither candidate wants any austerity. Neither one's going to slow down spending. There's no way that the economy can grow fast enough to cover the added debt that we're putting on every single year. I don't think there's any way to get out of this unless you prematurely put the country back into an austerity position, which would cause sort of a huge recession or depression. That's the only way that would happen. Otherwise, we just keep going and then eventually natural forces take us there. So the other thing with the election is everybody focuses on emotions and anxiety, an increase in anxiety. And afterwards, no matter who wins, there's going to be a ton of hyperbolic talk from the politicians. Most of it, you got to just ignore it. You just have to know what each candidate's going to do. If either candidate wins the complete House, okay, and they get the House and the Senate, then they're going to be able to do what they need to do. So, Harris in that case will probably try to increase taxes. Trump will try to decrease taxes. Trump will get his appointments if he wins, and he will try to increase tariffs. Harris will probably keep tariffs where they are. And actually, I actually think the Democrats, even though they talk bad about tariffs, I think they like them. So I don't think she's going to back down from tariffs. And I keep bringing up tariffs because they're so big for most companies, especially people that I'm going to work with where they're importing product from China. Tariffs are just, it's a massive, it increases your COGS right off the bat, 25%, right? It's just it's a huge deal. So here's what I would do. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up with actual solutions on what to do. So get diversified out of your business, okay? That's my main point here. It doesn't matter who wins. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican, and I have no problem sharing, that I'm more conservative, traditional, and more libertarian leaning, where I just want less government. Why? Because I believe, and I've seen it firsthand, by the way, I've seen it firsthand because I've worked in the government, that there's just a lot of waste, okay? I want the private sector running most things because I believe they're the productive sector, aka SpaceX, doing all these things on a shoestring budget compared to what NASA could do. Okay, that would be an example, right? But it doesn't matter, and this is not to cause a political argument, and I hope nobody takes it that way. If you run a business, diversify your business. Okay, let this election be a reminder. Diversify your business. Don't have all of your cash in your business. I would say don't be zero debt and have a huge cash pile. Take on some safe debt. Okay, that's maybe like an ABL style, and get that cash out of your business, okay? Protect yourself personally. Put that cash into diversified investments that are not related to your company. That's the whole point of having a business. It's not keeping everything in the business till the day you die and not enjoying it and not growing your cash pile. And I've seen this, okay, where people are overly conservative. And I understand. I've been to Dave Ramsey summits. Dave Ramsey's amazing. And most people need to understand that and understand debt is bad in most situations. But in a lot of situations, okay, especially if you can get rid of your personal guarantee, which you can if you have assets within your business and you find the right bank. You get rid of your personal guarantee. You take on some safe debt. I didn't say get over leveraged. You use it for the purpose that any smart company would use it for, especially if the rates, are the prevailing rates are good. and take your cash pile and diversify your investments. That's what I would do. I know that's completely seems unrelated to this talk about the election and what to do during the election and what happens if it's Trump or Harris. And what I'm trying to say is that down the road, we don't know when it's going to happen, but down the road, there is going to be a reckoning. You have to there's something called history. You got to read history. Like there is guaranteed a reckoning. And when that reckoning happens, you're going to be really happy that your money was out of your business and that it was invested in a safe, diversified, non-correlated manner to your company. And so I think that's my election advice. How do you like that? That's my election advice. So anyways, guys, hope you have a great election. It goes your way, whatever way that is. Yeah, it'd be cool to hear in the comments if you've taken the same path and you've sort of diversified your wealth outside of your business, or if you decide to just double down and leave it in there and grow the company. Obviously, look, when I started my business, all the money's going back in because we're a growing company. I couldn't borrow because, we didn't have that, we didn't have that track record yet. And we had to leave the cash in there to buy the inventory for the next year. And that's just the way it was, right? But later on, as you mature, as your company matures, if you're profitable, and you need to be profitable, you should be able to do this. So anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this walk with me here on a gorgeous Sunday morning. And take care.